getting the hits on early in this match. We did just see a huge hit by Jacob Finau, and then it was followed up by another one by Maisie Massoy, excuse me. And so Belmont Shore being very clear about what they're going to bring to this match and laying the hits on early.
Belmont Shore squad that is extremely potent on the offensive end. In their 8 league matches this year, average score 48-16, so they have dominated their way through, and Whitco as well in playoffs as well. Last match a 57-27 victory over occupants their ticket here. Strong push, that ball is available. Need to use it, they're able to bring it out the back. And secure possession here for Nova, the Cardinals. Off to the right, this one's tipped a little bit. Brought back behind the midfield stripes, so no 50-22, but strong pressure pins Belmont Shore in deep inside their own 22 for another line out.
And really clear communication there by our referee, Will Nelson, in the center out of NorCal. He is supported by Lindsay Oliver and Alexis DeFries as well. Just clear of their communication, 50-22 not on. So again, Belmont Shore is backed up. The kicking game off to a good start by Nova.
He tries to get this one in, but it's taken again. Escaro making his presence felt early in this match. Big number 7 gets the ball back for the Cardinals. 10 meters out, pick and go. Actually 5 meters out, now they'll bring it down within 1. We'll keep it in tight. Strong defense though, repels them away from the line. Pick and go again. Still a meter out. Counter up, trying to get at that ball. They've set up a great platform here to attack from. This time, possibly knocked on. But no, a try is going to be given. They were able to get around and got it in for the first 5 points of the match.
Good effort there by the Nova forwards, just keeping it tight, knowing what they want to do, their plan in hand. We're going to see some of that action in just a moment here on the replay. We can see that touchdown. We'll see who actually touched it down, but fantastic effort by the forwards. They never even looked at their backs to release out to them. They knew they wanted to keep it with the big guys.
They are able to punch it through for the first 5 points of the match. Set up here for the kick. Mike Weir, 24-year-old out of Dartmouth College. Played for Old Glory with MLR, one of the 4 or 5 guys on this squad. Who won the match against Schuylkill River with 4 penalties.
Okay, no chase.
On the day, no chase, they'll get sent back, and Weir punches it through for an extra 2 up on the board for Nova.
It's a really tight start from Nova. You can tell right away how they want to play. They're going to play quick. They're going to use their forwards, the power and the size that they have to put this ball deep in behind. So they're going to run hard up front and then release with their backs and put the ball in behind Belmont Shore and just keep them pinned the whole day.
Belmont Shore, last time they were here at Nationals was 2022. Also had the victory in 2012. Placed second in 2010 and 2018, so a perennial powerhouse coming out of SoCal. They'll send this one high into the Texas sky to get us going. 7 minutes gone by in the first half of action. 7-0 the lead for Northern Virginia. They'll look to go to the boot here, but it's charged down nicely. Belmont Shore looking to pounce on it and keep it in play. I believe it went over the line. Conversation here with our AR and referee.
Charge down here, so we'll be looking really critically about where did it go out, why to bounce on that one. It does look like it bounced in the touch.
So it was brought in by Gold,
in goal.
And unsuccessfully brought out, so it's a goal line dropout. Okay. So gentlemen, it's brought in by Gold, unsuccessfully brought out, 22 drop.
Thanks, sir.
22. No. Goal line.
It bounced on the line, the last touch in goal. So it'll be a goal line drop here for Nova. extend this one deep just to relieve a little bit of pressure. Do so, and the charge is on. Taken cleanly in the back here by Munoz. Looking all the way back to the near side. Into contact. There goes Adams, still on his feet over the 22-meter line. Nice little dish off, keeps things moving, but I believe it was forward. Forward past the call, turnover back to Nova.
And that's our first kind of look at Belmont's attack. We haven't seen them with much ball in hand yet. It's a nice look by Jarek Adams wearing number 11. Individual footwork. You can see it here. Strong running through the tackle attempt, and then the pace. And the offload to get to the lock. If that is not forward, that's a try all day long. So this is looking really strong for Belmont.
Yeah. Fine. Set.
Right into the 21-year-old. Puts it in for Nova. Out cleanly, and the attack is on. Around the first defender, through the second, and over the 22-meter line they come. Terrific run. I believe that was Davis, Jason Davis. Now the kick over the top, taken inside their own half here for Belmont Shore, but they're able to move it all the way inside the 10-meter line for Nova. Strong run, opens things up, but that ball was playable. Nova almost got their hands on it. Still a scramble for it. Picked around and finally will come back for the knock-on. Helter-skelter stuff, though, as we are 10 minutes gone by in the first half of this national championship semifinal.
I had a chance to chat with the Belmont Shore head coach earlier this morning at Round Rock Multi-Purpose Complex, Ray Egan. He was telling me that it's a young, hungry squad. We do have 7 players that have been called up for national duty, so they are working from their bench already and know that they've been sort of written off, I would say. People think they don't have a chance in this game, and they're taking that and they're relishing it, and they're going to power through.
What a special season it could be for Belmont Shore. Their 50th anniversary season, club created in 1974. And is that dramatic ending in the cards here for this weekend? Right now it's Nova on top 7-0. The semi-final matchup. Able to get it out of there into the hands of Davis, and Davis gonna boom this one down the field. Does not get it past Munoz, back deep for fullback. We're going to come back, I believe, an offsides call. Somebody in front of the kicker there. So we'll bring this one back. Belmont Shore with an attacking opportunity. Sean Nolan here, the 23-year-old out of Laguna Beach, California. Been playing for 18 years. Started with the Back Bay Sharks. He was 5 years old. Sends this one into touch and will set up Belmont Shore with an attacking opportunity, and they need a response here. 12 minutes gone by in the first half.
They would like to have this line out go to script and then get it out to their really strong runners in the backs.
Young get this one in, but it's taken away. I believe they're going to have a not straight call here. Scrum chosen, an opportunity for Nova to get out of the danger area here. Belmont Shore still applying some pressure.
See that replay, the throw is good. It's just sort of bobbled there at the back, so maybe a bit of miscommunication. They didn't quite get the lifter up. Belmont will look to improve that line out on their next chance.
Waddington gets it in again. Occupation listed as a jockey. Gets this one kicked. Last touch by Belmont Shore, so it'll be a line out back for Nova, about 30 meters from their own try line.
Belmont, of course, no stranger to the national championships. They won in 2012, placed second in 2010 and 2018, and then as Tim, you mentioned, we're at the national championships in 2022. with a younger side this time, but lots to prove.
One hit about 4 different hands up there before it pinballed all the way through back to Belmont Shore. Scooped up, Darnell Boone. 24-year-old takes it up to the 22-meter line. Strong defensive phases there for Nova, not held, and they're able to continue the rumble. 15 meters out. Cycle this one back. There's a chip kick over the top by Nolan. Found some space, but it is just a bit too much. Trickles all the way out over in goal. Chlanguyo not able to get there in time, but a great little idea.
So you have it from where?
Beautiful look here with the kick pass. There's lots of space out there, but just needed to have that ball be a little bit shorter so it can land in his hands from Zimbabwe and went to Cal State LA. Want to see that ball in his hands again. He is a menace out there.
Not a ton of wind here on a beautiful Friday afternoon in Round Rock, Texas, Williamson County. Here, the home of the national championship. With the Dell Diamond out in the background. Tremendous facilities, 2 state-of-the-art fields here this weekend. 22-meter drop is the result there off of that last kick. Sent back, but heavy pressure still being applied. Nova, good job finding some support down at the 22-meter line. Strong counter ruck coming through. But eventually they'll be deep for the penalty and sent back 10.
Yeah, pick your penalty there. We had some in from the side off their feet. So Belmont really hungry for it, obviously, but Nova able to survive that pressure.
Talk about surviving pressure. About the last 10 minutes or so have been spent down here in Nova's half of the pitch. Now they're able to find a bit of relief and march their way forward. Again, they had that initial try in the first 5 minutes. Haven't seen a whole lot out of them since. But a great job on the defensive end to repel Belmont Shore. And now coming from Mo Katz, the 30-year-old out of James Madison University. Gets it moving through the hands all the way to the center of the pitch they come. Support right there to clear him out, but that ball was there, cleaned it up, and nobody was there to scoop it. And a pick there from Lowe, Gerald Lowe. Back across the 10-meter line, some space here on the near side. Beautiful use of hands, but it goes backwards. Scooped up, still on here for Derek Adams. Had a nice run earlier in the match. This time just trying to recycle possession. Griffin acting in scrum half, now stepping back in is Michaels. Big pop coming right through the teeth of the defense. Jacob Finau, 5'11", 270. Getting into the defense, and they are able to earn themselves the penalty, not releasing the call, and back 10 go the Cardinals.
Yeah, and you can see Nova's captain asking for an explanation there, or excuse me, it's Dakota Worth wearing number 8, asking for the explanation on that breakdown. As you can see here, there's players sealing essentially, so they're not able to get there, but here feeling like he was there first and then Crocodile rolled out. I have to think that he maybe did get that ball, but did he release is probably the question.
In the end, it will sit here for Sean Nellen. An opportunity to bang this one through. Put the first 3 points up on the board for Belmont Shore. Nolan hits this one nicely and pounds it right between the posts to get Belmont Shore up on the board. 7-3 your score. And again, Wendy, they spent so much time down on that half of the pitch. Good to see them come away with points.
Yeah, I think they'll be really happy with this attack. Smart call to take the points when they're on offer. Sean Nolan, ice in his veins, 23 years of age, Davenport University product, putting it through and getting that 3 points and cuts that lead to just 4 for Nova. They know that they're going to need to take points when they can, so really smart choice.
And this is the Belmont Shore side that has not seen many deficits this year. Average score on the year, they've been winning their games on average by 28 points on their march here to the semifinals. On the other side, Nova have really had to come through some adversity, had 2 losses and a tie in league play, and had to dominate and did so there through the super regionals. Kick all the way through the defense, hits the back there. Vitkovits takes this one through. Vitkovits, big time try scoring contributor for NOLA. Little chip over the top, got people in an offsides position. They retreated nicely, and they're able to secure possession again. Over the 22-meter line they come. Chlanguyo around the side, in the try zone, and docked it down for the first try of the match for Belmont Shore.
They'll be really happy with that effort there. Of course, the key play there was Callum Bartlett wearing number 7, catching that high ball. We're going to see it here, right there, and then the offload. And again, the fly half getting his hand in there too, Sean Nolan. And it goes all the way out to the Zimbabwean. He is able to outlast his opponent and touchdown for Belmont Shore's first try of the match.
We're going to do water after this.
Played in the U20 in the African Cup, so some international experience there. Almost found him with the kick pass early, but this time that final little offload, as you called it, Wendy, from Nolan, found the target, and they're able to take it through and take the lead. 8-7 the score. Now Nolan, already 1 for 1 on the day, looks to strike this one. From the right, sets this one up, and it is good as well. 2 for 2 on the day, and it is a 10-7 lead for Belmont Shore. That will take us, I believe, to our first water break here. And Wendy, we've had an excellent 20 minutes on hand so far. Both these squads coming out firing with tries in the first 20 minutes, but really could be anybody's game at this point.
I think so. Nova with the early try, of course, worked really hard with their forwards and just had a very intentioned phase play where they touched it down eventually. Belmont Shore having to work a little bit more. They were pinned down early, but getting those 3 points seems to be the difference for them. And, of course, this spectacular try that just happened for Belmont. Take another look at it. It's just beautiful interplay. Look how many gold jerseys are there, and Nova just scrambling to try to cover all of this. And just impossible at that point with that much support. Beautiful, beautiful work by Belmont. And then again, now we'll take a look at the efforts of Nova. They had a lot of possession in the first few minutes there, but man, what a clearing attempt that was by the man in 8. It's low to start the second attack for Belmont Shore. Now they go all the way out to the edge, and it's Nolan just instrumenting everything. That man right there is just lightning with ball in hand. Adams, Derek Adams, just so strong to be able to stop that first attack. It's almost those yards after contact that we do in gridiron. Same kind of idea. So not a try there. It was brought back for a forward pass, but you can see what Belmont wants to do, and it's going to be tough for Nova to try to stop that kind of electric and fast play.
Yeah, Nova have dealt with adversity throughout the year. We go back to lead play again, 5-1-2 on the year back in the fall. And it was a tough sledding period there. They lost 53-17 to Rocky Gorge, only to come back a few months later and take them down 12-7. Did the same thing to Schuylkill River, lost 19-5, and came back and beat them 34-12 in the Atlantic Super Region. So a big time effort. That was over Mystic River there in the Super Regional. But these boys know how to put points up on the board. And Wendy, we saw the boot come into use there off that last try. They were able to find space, and really the kick battle has been going back and forth. Belmont Shore with that last victory.
It has, and Nova's been using it to pin while Belmont's been using it for opportunity. So that's the difference in the kicking game so far.
This time looking to just clear some space. Huge kick, but lands just inside touch, and they're able to get this one going again. Waddington gets the pass off, Hits the target there, Spitkovitz. They're able to retain possession. 21 minutes gone by in this first half of the National Championship semifinal here for Division I. Keep it inside. Able to secure possession nicely. Now the kick coming. High ball, got to keep this one in touch. It does not stay. It'll come all the way back to where the kick was taken for a line out for Belmont Shore.
Austin Black's Mike Brewerton helping out with the ball boy duties today. Austin Black's, of course, the host of this event, not at the regular grounds at Burfield, but at this beautiful Round Rock multi-purpose complex. But this is a huge pickup for Belmont Shore. The kick from Nova, not quite where it wanted to go, just was hoping to probably graze that turf on the inside of that white line. So now Belmont, good opportunity for them.
Not much of a chase on that one either, so the kicking game definitely having a big impact here. Secure possession in the back of that line out. Able to get things moving. Almost had their hands on it that time, did Nova. I believe they knocked it on. No, we're gonna have a full penalty here. Hands in and an opportunity. Back 10 go Nova.
It may actually be offside. You can see they were kind of creeping around the post and taking that space away from Belmont. So well spotted there by Will Nelson, as Belmont's going to go for some more points here. Another 3 on offer. And again, just high IQ here, taking the points when they can.
Second time they've had the penalty here in the center of the pitch. 2 for 2 on the day so far. There for Sean Nolan. Looking to go 3 for 3. Second kick was over on the right-hand side, much more difficult, but so far so good. Here for the Laguna Beach, California native. Takes his time. Beautiful cloudless sky here in Round Rock, Texas. Sends this one high. Just over the crossbar, has enough distance, and they're able to extend the lead 13-7. Belmont Shore with 13 unanswered points, as it was a quick try for Nova to start this one off.
Definitely seems like Belmont has got the engines roaring, putting a little bit of gas in the tank to keep this attack going. As you mentioned, no wind, but it's just a balmy 82 degrees out there. It's just gorgeous.
On that turf, a little bit hotter feeling for sure. We saw that first match, a couple cramps happening across the pitch, but so far so good for both these squads. Plenty of power and fuel left in the tank here. Belmont Shore pound forward and then set up for the kick. Send this one into Nova's half of the pitch. Not taken cleanly, but able to split the defense. Beautiful offload. Finds its target here, Davis. Beautiful little tackle that time from Derek Adams. And they'll get sent back 10 to Belmont Shore.
And the temperature on the field is hot, but you can kind of feel the tension of the teams rising as well. They're really starting to contest these breakdowns, especially Belmont Shore. I think they're feeling a bit buoyed with their score line here. So they're getting in and getting dirty at these rucks, and it's putting Nova under a lot of pressure. But this time they get the benefit of the penalty. Kick doesn't go to touch, though.
The return kick is a nice one. Should bring them close to midfield. And Wendy, I think we have to say so far in this first half, Belmont Shore's kicking game has definitely given them the edge here, setting up play all over the pitch. And each time we see that ball go back and forth, it seems like Belmont Shore get the better of it. They relieve some pressure here. Line out coming in from Mocats. Hits the target, and they'll spin it through the hands of Waddington. Center of the pitch, huge collision. Belmont Shore more than happy to take that one on. Jonay Masoy with the big pop, and the boys in gold are able to steal possession out of it. Look for the little grubber, opening things up here on the near side. Lots of trouble with that bouncing ball, and they're able to dive on top of it. Belmont Shore get the try. Atticus Michaels takes it home. Try number 2 for Belmont Shore.
That's just, I mean, champion rugby. I'll take a praise there from Dallin Stanford, where he borrowed it from somebody else too. But the little grubber through the kicking game, we've been talking about it the whole time. Derek Adams is able to apply a lot of pressure, and then it's just a loose ball, and the foot race is on, and Atticus Michaels touching it down to score for Belmont. It's almost an unanswered run here for Belmont. Nova getting together in that in goal. They've got to figure out how to stop this electric Belmont Shore side.
Again, it's the kick, finding space, exposing the defense. Jack Taylor, number 14, was almost there for Nova, but he felt the cruelty of the rugby ball bounce as it squirted away from him right into the hands of Michaels. It sets up here, conversion coming for Nolan. 4 for 4 on the day, and Belmont Shore extends the lead yet again. All Belmont Shore in the last 15 minutes.
And here's a spectacular angle of this try. You can see Nova trying to gather it in and just made it worse for themselves. And Michaels, no hesitation, double hands touching that down. Wow, just the skill from him, the ability to see that ball bouncing and touch it down. Out of Chico, California, and CSU Long Beach, played for 12 years, using every inch of his 5'10" frame to get that down.
So it seems so long ago, that first try up on the board for Nova to take the 7-0 lead. Had the momentum, but boy, has Belmont Shore come out on fire here in the last 10 to 15 minutes or so. Got themselves comfortably ahead. 21-7 the score. Toss this one back. And again, finding touch nicely, but this one's gonna be inside the 22-meter line, a line out coming for Nova.
This could be a good opportunity for Nova to kind of switch this around. It's been all Belmont Shore for the last 15 minutes or so, maybe even 20 minutes. It was Nova early, and now they've got another chance for a line out. Have to see what kind of magic they've got up the sleeve.
Throw in here from Mocats out of Centerville, Virginia. Gets this one in off the foot. Play on, says the referee, but Belmont Shore are the first to it. Strong on the ruck, able to retain possession and keep things moving. Great work inside there. Chalanguyo, the try score, keeps things going with the hard work, and now it starts to open up. Beautiful inside pass, finds the target Lowe, and Lowe's gonna take it all the way in. 26 unanswered points for Belmont Shore.
You can see what this means to this young side. We already talked about they've got 7 players up for national assignments. You can't tell. This is absolutely wonderful by the break, right up the middle by the big man, but finding Lowe on the outside, and he's got the pace to just outlast both of those defenders and the length to touch this down. And you can see the jubilation from this Belmont Shore side, showing no signs that this is not their normal side. They are just have the foot on the gas and are not letting up.
Now with that break through the defense, sets up another kick here coming from Sean Nolan. This the 3rd try, had 2 converted tries early, and also 2 penalties, which took it to 20 points up on the board. So 25-7 our score right now. Nolan looks to go 5 for 5. Bangs it home, and critical points up on the board again for Belmont Shore.
We can see just looking left, looking right, seeing where his support is and finding it on the right side, and just no hesitation by Belmont Shore. Firing on all cylinders, and Nova gonna have to try to find an answer for this onslaught of points. And we're still in the first half. We still got plenty to go.
Yeah, it was crazy. That one started with a line out there for Nova. Looked like they were going to be the ones threatening. Started going the wrong direction. And just like that, one phase later, Finau busts through. And Belmont Shore takes it home. Another beautiful offload. Through the defense they come. Over the midfield stripe, taken to deck, must release. Big collision there, and a penalty's coming. Offsides the call, back 10 go Nova.
It's It's really starting to open up for Belmont Shore. As you said, Tim, they're finding these holes everywhere, and it's because they're doing it so fast. Everything is happening quickly. It's a little gap. It's the support off the shoulder. He's looking left and right again. Just a little snipe in the grass there where he might be gone. So it's the decisions they're making with ball in hand and how fast they're making these decisions is the difference here. Nova just having to play catch up. Very, very difficult at this stage.
Atticus Michaels took a big hit there as he broke through. Getting some air, getting some water there. He's ready to rock and roll still. Now 5 for 5 on the day already. Sean Nolan looks to set this one up. 23-year-old, 6'3", 215 pounds. Been playing since he's 5, looking for his 6th made kick of the day. Just off the net, off to the right-hand side there. So 5 for 6 on the day. And maybe setting up something here. Need an opportunity here for Nova.
We saw them early with their kicking game. We'd like to almost see them return to that, but they've got to get up the field a little bit. It's really hard to put a team under pressure from your own end with a kicking game. So Nova's got to find another way to do it.
Again, try to use the boot to find touch there off the penalty. Excuse me, tried to find touch, could not find it. Taken here by Belmont Shore. Just over 7 minutes left to play in this national semifinal for men's D1. Here to the near side, Munoz takes it into contact. Available there, but in from the side, were Nova. Another penalty gets them sent back another 10 meters.
Starting to see these penalties kind of stack up for Nova. They're sporadic, so it's not necessarily that they're happening over and over again. We'll take a look at this one. You can see in from the side, it's just really disorganized. But that's what happens when you don't have the ball. You're desperate to get your hands on this ball and to stop Belmont Shore from doing anything at this point. So you want to do whatever you can, and that's where you've got to just tamper that down. The captain, bring them together and just remind them, like, calm, patient rugby is going to be the way they get back into this game.
Lots of adversity being faced here for the boys from the Mid-Atlantic, trying to play defense now. They're able to take this one out of the air, back in possession 10 meters from their own try line. 6 minutes left to play. Kick up over the top. Waddington sends a good one up high. Collected though, and Belmont Shore look to charge. Munoz, pass all the way to the right-hand side. There's the try score. Schlanguyo can't get it through. Ball squirts out. Kicked forward by Nova, but eventually trickles out into touch. Be a line out for Belmont Shore.
And this is just the threat of these men on the outside here. It's better by Nova there. The challenge in the foot race. I almost would like to see them jump on that ball. Again, we're talking about having possession. Fall on that ball. Maybe get a red turf burn when you do it, but maintain possession for your side, and then Nova can work from something as opposed to the scramble that they're doing right now.
Boys in gold step up to the line. Haven't been the cleanest of lineouts. Sloppy one there as well, but kicked forward.
Okay, no advantage coming.
A little bit of angst coming back and forth on each side.
Apologize for any language you're hearing on that referee mic as well. Just the passion of these players coming through.
From the he'll adjust it.
This is a message for you boys.
Gotcha.
After the play, we're just starting to get these little after the play stuff.
Yeah.
Can't have that, okay?
Gotcha.
If that happens, you're gonna escalate. It's all been minor, but no more of it.
No, I understand. And it's like we've had a few late hits coming from the side.
Yeah.
So I feel like the boys are retaliating. So let me have a word with them right now.
Yeah.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, just have your paper. Hey, boys. Okay, we're gonna go come here for the 5.
Strong work from our referee in the center there, Will Nelson, out of NorCal. laying down the law, making sure Belmont Shore does not get things escalated to cards. A good job by the captain there for Belmont Shore to have a word with his team and get him back in line.
Okay, boys, let's go. Come on. Come on, dude. Hey, boys, right now, yeah?
Under 4 minutes left to play in the first half of our first D1 semifinal matchup. USA Club Rugby National Championships. Northern Virginia will get the free kick here. Belmont Shore could not get stable in the scrum, and a quick tap sends Nova over the midfield stripe, charging into Belmont Shore territory. They look to go weak again. Defense is strong, holds up nicely. Andrew Iscaro into contact a little bit further. Strong tackles coming in from Belmont Shore. Keep things spinning, just have to send this one up into the air. Chase is on for it and lands in touch directly in outside of the 22, so we'll come back where that kick was taken for a line out.
It's much better by Nova, really starting to see them when they've got their moments with the ball, starting to maybe come together and understand what they want to do. That kick, though, probably wanting to, again, just drop it inside a little bit, trying to put Belmont Shore under pressure. So starting to see it come together for Nova. It's still tough going for them.
Second time we've seen them a little heavy with the boot.
Boys, come on.
Belmont Shore with this slow developing line out as they come to the line. A little cleaner here, hits that first target nicely. Knocked down beautifully there by Bartlett. Clearance kick, sends Nova back, and Nova will return. Belmont Shore more than happy to play the kicking game. They've been so successful with it so far. Now some space opening up on the far side. Around the corner, Pelangio takes it into touch. It'll be a line out coming for Nova.
Yeah, and we're going to see a penalty here because you can see Belmont Shore trying to get that ball, slow things down, mess around. But I have to say, I'm starting to watch some of these afters, and there are some late hits that are happening. We may see it in this clip as they go all the way to the side. Watch that ball carrier. He passes now. Hey, late hit there. So you can see where the frustration from Belmont Shore is coming. And this is responsibility as AR responsibility. They need to help Will in the center with these hits because he can't really see him out of the corner of his eye. So I can see where Belmont Shore are getting a little bit frustrated there.
ARs in this match, Lindsay Oliver and Alexis DeFries. Line out comes in, collected by Nova. I believe brought down, but they're able to get this one out of there. Referee let it go. Now pass into contact goes Davis. 30 meters out. Nova, 1 minute left to play here in the first half of this national championship. They need some points at this point. 28 unanswered for Belmont Shore. Again into contact, big time double tackle. Takes Mike Medledge down. Back outside. Again, behind the gain line. Belmont Shore so tough on this defensive end. There's a little grubber. Finds some space. Back between the winger and the fullback. Trickles all the way out into touch. And again, heavy pressure, pinning Belmont Shore in their own 22. We've seen them come out of it nicely a couple times already.
We saw this really early on from Nova, this tactic to try to put the ball in behind Belmont. It hasn't worked in the last couple of minutes, but this one much better, going to the grubber. Really hard to pick that up, and then now Belmont has to have a line out on their own 5 meter line. So if they're going to clear, it's probably not going to go very far, and Nova could end up with this ball, and maybe if there's time on the clock, have another shot.
Possession being hard to come by here for Nova. Kicking it away a couple times, and this one taken in. Hit that first target. They're on the line out, now 2 meters from their own try zone. And the referee's time here, over 40 minutes gone by in the first half of action. Next stoppage should send us to the break. Pick and goes coming from Belmont Shore. Finau pounds it forward as well. The ruck holds strong. Another pick and go. 10 meters out now. Ball comes out the back, but again able to retain possession. Well done here for Belmont Shore. The boys in gold just looking to let seconds tick off the clock here. There's the pass back, and they'll dribble this one out into touch, and that'll do it for the first half. And Wendy, 7 points quickly for Nova, but 28 unanswered for Belmont Shore. Just too tough in this first half.
Yeah, really piling it on strong after about a 10-minute onslaught where they were backed up and having to play out of it. And once they figured out they could kick it back and gain some territory, really the change there for Belmont Shore.
So we will step aside. Halftime here in Round Rock, Texas in this D1 National Championship semifinal. Belmont Shore on top 28-7. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have the second half action here live on the Rugby Network.
Thank you, though.
It's time to hit. It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood. It's rugby time, America. It's rugby time, America.
Folks, we are here to make the fast food business faster. Many times we don't really know what to order, but there is a part of your body that always does.
Introducing Taste ID. Taste ID will revolutionize the way that your consumers consume.
With just one generous lick. Oh, sorry. There we go. Taste ID will create and order exactly the combo you would like to eat.
And apologies, there's just the one prototype, so you'll just feel free to share.
How do you know our customers will like it?
Like it? They're gonna lick it.
Nice.
Go ahead, lick it, Bob. It has an antivirus. You gotta lick it to get the French fries, Bob.
Come on, where's the Bob we saw last night at the hotel bar?
Get a technology partner that knows your business and your consumers. Globant, technology that really dares to delight.
May is Mental Fitness Month.
Major League Rugby has partnered with USI Insurance Services and Looseheads
in a united effort to tackle the stigma.
Together, we are committed to changing the game
with the mission of placing a mental health lead in every rugby club
around the world.
When we pick up the ball, we also pick up a legacy. A legacy that stretches beyond your current team. A legacy built on the backs of those who came before you with hard work. And for those who will come after you, we promise it won't be easy. But we'll be there, supporting you on and off the field.
from the Sharks number 8.
Once again, Van der Hoven up in the air. Inciarte. Oitomen, he breaks. Will he have the support? Be there and support. It's an home run. Will he get there? He gets there. It's a try. Under the post. 7 points.
I chose to take Thorne supplements over another brand because they're sports backed. The products are also top of the line and they also taste great. It's important that the substances athletes take are tested for banned substances. One, because you want to make it a fair, even game, especially with the other players. And you want to make sure what you're putting into your body as an athlete is clean, research, science-based, and it's healthy for you. So you want to put good in and get good out.
Yeah, Thorne has helped me a lot, especially in the last couple of months. I've had to pack on some weight to be able to play in this league, and I think taking creatine and protein every day and adding in a couple other things has made me a better athlete, a bigger athlete, stronger athlete, and just overall prepared me well. So I take creatine every morning when I first wake up. It's kind of like my checklist or part of my routine. I usually have a protein shake, a Thorne whey as well, so I usually just throw it in there or throw it in with some BCAAs. Whey protein definitely makes my life easier because I can come straight off the gym, straight off the pitch, and it takes 30 seconds to mix up a protein shake and get down some extra protein.
Rugby's always this macho setting that, you know, it's all about strength. You don't want to show any weakness, but the reality is that people do go through their own battles. Why is it important for us all within the rugby community to really kind of normalise this conversation that surrounds mental health?
We play in a very high stress situation all the time.
There's always a stigma around men that we have to be bravado and like strong.
Within every player, there's always something that you don't always, bring forth to the table, you don't always put out.
Sometimes you don't know it's affecting your game.
Learning ways to connect with other guys, be in environments where you can have the right conversations, be yourself, and share has been super helpful and super important to me in my career, and it's allowed me to grow and mature to the point where, I can handle what professional rugby is going to throw at me.
I think rugby's best played when you're happy and you're enjoying it and you're confident. And I think that these core tenets of being able to play well are fundamentally structured in having a clear mind and not having anything weighing and dragging you down. So clearing up and strengthening the mental aspect is going to inevitably affect the physical aspect. So I think they're completely connected there.
It's hugely important for the safety and well-being of players, looking after their mental health, but more importantly off the pitch. At the end of the day, we're not just players, we're humans, and we need to look after ourselves.
We are here to make the fast food business faster. With just one generous lick. Sorry. There we go. Taste ID will create exactly the combo you would like to eat.
How do you know our customers will like it?
Like it? They're gonna lick it.
Nice.
Get a technology partner that knows your business and your consumers. Globant, technology that really dares to delight.
It's here and it's right for you, the rugby fans. It is the Fantasy League game for Major League Rugby, the only exclusive Fantasy League game for Major League Rugby globally. Getting started is easy. Just log into the platform, head to the play section, and you're in the game. But there's an important step, connecting your wallet.
That's right. To collect player cards, you need to fund your wallet. Oval E offers various options like Ramp, Taurus, MetaMask, each with its own advantages. This process is just a straightforward way to buy in-game tokens, enhancing your gaming experience by allowing you to access different features and player cards within the game.
Once you're set up, explore the play section to see available tournaments. It's where all the action happens.
Looking for new cards? Head to the primary marketplace. And if you're into trading, the secondary marketplace is your playground to sell and swap cards.
Ooh, Overly is not just a game, Corbs, it's a rugby community and an experience. Whether you're competing in tournaments or trading cards, it's something for every rugby fan.
Exactly. So log in, set up your wallet, and start your manager's journey in Oval E. It's easy, fun, and the rewards are just waiting for you.
Whey protein is my favorite product. Best part about it is I can have it straight after a workout or a training session.
My favorite product is vitamin D. Back in DC, we practice a lot indoors, especially in winter, don't get a lot of sunlight, so having some vitamin D is important. We select Thorne because we know it's tested and it's safe to use.
Have been served. Elias spins it the other way. Alicon. Alicon splits defenders, then the offload. Oh, what kind of magic is this? Sam Tuafua does it again.
Alexis, can you just be with the number of the TV person?
Y'all good?
Yeah. My name is getting a little tight, so.
Better tell that thing to stay connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you just watch the scrums? Like, when we're on the defensive scrums, we're like 2 meters farther back than they have to be.
Yep. Hey boys, just waiting for broadcast.
Welcome back to Round Rock, Texas, home of the 2024 USA Club Rugby National Championship Tournament. 15's National Championship on the line. Belmont Shore. Stars starting to align here. 50th anniversary for their club, and now they sit in the semifinal. 27-7 is the score. Tim Wilkes alongside Wendy Young, and Wendy was a tremendous first half. Nola scored the first point, but Belmont Shore was all over the place there in the into the first half.
And they're getting off to a quick start here, but you're right. You know, and it's really interesting. I talked to their head coach, Ray Egan, this morning at Round Rock Multipurpose Complex, and he was telling me that their players, it's a young side. They've actually had 7 players called up for national duty, so it's kind of a shuffle. They have players playing in different positions, and when you look across the age, they're mostly in their 20s, but playing with so much heart and so much control and confidence.
11, Derek Adams, the winger, got him into this position just outside the 22-meter lines. Belmont Shore looking to recycle this one. Keep this moving. Pass to the left-hand side, almost jumped, but knocked on. Advantage being played here. Looked like a second knock-on possibly coming, but we still move forward. Belmont Shore with the pick, dive over. The check coming with the AR.
Just a regular knock. Regular knock here. I have him dive to the line and not score, so I'm just gonna go back for a knock here.
The first knock was by who?
So I have 2 knocks by White. Then I have no score, so I'm going back for this knock right here. Okay. So no try, we have a knock on here, but we're gonna go back to the advantage right here, just for the knock on. So just a knock on right here.
Talking with his AR, figuring things out. 2 knock-ons, double advantage coming in for Belmont Shore. None gained, so we will come back for the scrum down with Belmont Shore.
We can't huddle.
So initial knock-ons by Nova. So that's why the no try there. Tough to see from our angle, but Nova just trying to do everything they can to keep Belmont Shore out.
Opportunity now, Atticus Michaels. Puts this one in. Huge shove coming from Nova, but they're able to get it out quick. Nice offload into contact, 5 meters out now for Belmont Shore. Off to the right-hand side in the hands of Lowe. Lowe rumbles through, already with 1 try, gets number 2. Gerald Lowe, the 26-year-old out of Kutztown University, dots it down and extends this charge for Belmont Shore.
Yeah, it's great work by Lowe there with the initial push and drive through, but it really started from the scrum and just the power that they have there to get the go-forward ball. And then again, it's like what we've seen in the first half. They do everything fast. There's no slow ball here for Belmont if they can help it. They want to go quickly. And then just breaking that first tackle, and then he breaks 2 more. for Gerald Lowe to get over the line for his second try in this match.
Lowe at 6'2", 220. Took it the last 10 meters there, right through the teeth of the defense. Gets a pat on the back as the boys looking strong here, 32-7. Pick up and through as well. 34-7 your score here in this D1 semifinal.
Belmont Shore, again, a young side, not really knowing what they would come to at this national semifinal, expecting a really big challenge from Nova. They're a storied club. They've been at the national championships for many years. So Belmont kind of coming in as the underdog and almost embracing that feeling. When I talked to their coach this morning, and they're happy to play under that banner, but now not looking like underdogs at all.
Now this squad from Northern Virginia, a little bit gobsmacked here in the second half. As again, they put up the first try up on the board. The kicking game from Belmont Shore has been fantastic, though, and it's kept them at bay for the most part. Attacking opportunity here. Under 5 minutes gone by in the in the second half. Look to find touch here and set up the line out. Kick there from Mike Weir.
And this is a huge moment for Nova. They've got the penalty, now they've got the line out, about 10 meters out. They've got to execute here. We saw this in the match right before where Nova, the other team, Forge, needed to score lots of points in the second half, but it starts right now.
A lot of players, at least 4 players from the Old Glory DC squad, either the squad or the academy here for Nova. So lots of talent on the pitch, just has not come to fruition so far here the last 40 minutes or so. Been all Belmont Shore. Now the driving maul, 5 meters out. They're able to keep this one up. Now goes down, it must be playable. It's not, and it's a turnover ball to Belmont Shore.
A tough one for Nova. You can see just the frustration, the hands on the hip. It starts really well. They've got the distance, but it's Belmont Shore right there. That man right there with his arm around it. I think he's got number 7 on his back. It's never coming back from that, so they didn't secure the ball from the start. So it looked good, but ball security at the back of that line out is so critical. That hooker's got to come in and make sure that no one can get around and steal that ball.
How many times have we seen in the last 40 minutes Nova get right here inside the 22, but just have come away scoreless time and time again?
They've really struggled when it's counted. They need to get over the line and get some points on the board.
Scrum not stable. Referee Will Nelson out of NorCal, ready to step up. Referees out of the state of Texas roaming the pitches here this weekend at the National Championship, but we welcome all the referees in from all over the country. So many different regions being represented here in Round Rock, Texas this weekend.
Bind.
Put in coming here from Michaels. Scrum starts the spin, ball was playable, did not take it, and a turnover ball. There's the quick tap, and they're gonna dive over. Try, scored, Nova. Finally get on the board. 40 minutes they've been shut out, but just like that, they're able to put another 5 up on the scoreboard.
And it's the wheel that does it, but then it's Max Plume, so smart him. He goes right to the referee and takes it quickly, and Belmont's just scrambling, and the dive absolutely fantastic by that 21-year-old Yorkshire, England. Critical try for Nova. They can build on this.
Only 21 years old, been playing since he was 10 though, and smartly takes that one through. A huge breakthrough for Nova. They needed that one badly, just bleeding points after scoring the first 7. Got on the board again, and finally here in the second half, starting to get the gears clicking now. Tough kick coming from the near side. Mikey Weir, Schwenksville, Pennsylvania, the Dartmouth College product. Looks set to strike this one 1-for-1 on the day. This one off the left, no good. So 12 points up on the board, and finally the breakthrough that Nova needed.
This is a great angle of this try again. You can just see the rugby IQ. He knows what he needs to do, and nobody's even really trying for it. They're all kind of stuck in the defense and just trying to cover that. Really good effort.
Great job getting low underneath that defensive line and dove straight in for the score. A long ways to go, but Wendy, we saw on this pitch earlier in the day, it was a 31-3 game that ended up ending in an 8-point match. So anything can happen here at the national championships. Down by 22 points though. Nova need a few more up on the board. Take this one cleanly inside their own 22-meter line. Able to recycle possession out the back. Waddington. Look to set this up. It is behind the 22. There's the kick coming. Looking for touch, and they will find it. No quick there after was touched by players on the sideline, so we'll come back for the line out.
We have seen Munez. He's real quick to get to that ball on the when it goes out of bounds. He wants to go fast if the opportunity is there. And we've seen him in previous games, even in sevens matches when I've called Belmont short. He'll go himself, throw it to himself, and then run it down the pitch. He is just blazing when he's got the space out there.
Belmont Shore will set up here. There's a nice clean line out. A little sloppy in the first half, but they've done well here. All the way to the left-hand side, through hands. Beautifully done. Last final pass was a little bit behind. Sent Derek Adams retreating to grab it. They're able to secure possession just inside Nova's half of the pitch. Pull it out, nice sidestep around one. Now they'll look to spin it again. Back, another line coming here to the near side. There's the double try scorer, Gerald Lowe, dragging defenders with them over the 22-meter line. Now they're right back, scoop this one up, Lowe again with the pick and go. Letting the support arrive as well. Big attack coming 10 meters out for Belmont Shore. Be a huge response. Possible seatbelt tackle there. Play on, says the referee. Possibly in from the side there in the ruck too. Nova sending everything they can at it, but Belmont Shore sturdy and retaining possession.
I see that, I'm fine with it. We're still playing advantage for not rolling.
Advantage being played, not rolling away the call. So penalty advantage on for Belmont Shore. They continue to pick and go. 5 meters out. We'll bring this one back, possibly knocked down in the scrum there. So we'll come back, advantage was being played. Penalty right between the sticks, 10 meters out.
Yeah, here.
Starting to get a little bit spicy out there. We saw it towards the end of the first half, starting to have some extracurriculars afterwards where they're just introducing themselves to each other again. So starting to see that again from Nova. Obviously frustration, not having much ball in hand, and the score line is pretty obvious where they are.
Had that last try though, the momentum in hand, but Belmont Shore has done their best to clean up any of that and now look to put more points up on the board. 34-12 your score. Nolan, who has been terrific on the day. I believe only missing one kick so far. Nolan again out of Davenport University. Looks to convert this penalty from right in front. Easiest kick of the day is up and through and extends the lead now 37-12 over Nova. If you're Northern Virginia, you've got to get back on the front foot. They're able to find some space behind the defense a couple of times, but a huge next 10 minutes period here for Nova. They've got to strike quick.
And on our other field, we've got our second men's Division I match where the Bombers have just scored. So it was scoreless, and it's the Battle of the Stripes. It's black and white versus red and white, but Bombers first to strike there.
And two fields going simultaneously here in Round Rock, Texas. See our perch there. The grandstand splitting the two fields. Belmont Shore on top big here, 13 minutes gone by into the second half. Big collision that time. They're able to get this one out the back through Michaels. Looks for some relief with the kick. Taken back inside the 22, so they were outside, so smartly keeping this one in play. And from midfield, they look to attack. Nova, big time hit. Capriati over the 10-meter line as well, as the Cardinals now looking to charge, putting a couple of phases together. Back through Waddington, out of Ireland, spins it off to the right. That ball is left playable. Offsides is going to be the call, though. Back 10 go Belmont Shore.
Yeah, Nova really having to stick in and make sure their support is there at the breakdown, but it's looking strong. I think that's been a change from the halftime, is that their support is there and they're being really, really physical because Belmont's trying to take the ball from them, but they're sticking in and making sure that they keep that ball retention.
Another attacking opportunity. 10 meters within goals. We'll take a second look.
It's an easy call there for Will Nelson, a little bit of offsides. So Nova, big chance.
Last time they were here, we saw them set up the driving maul off the hands, though. In the line out with a penalty. They got their hands back on it, not releasing the call. They will not go quick here, but a big time chain of events there, setting up things nicely for Nova.
So they'll get another chance with this line out. You can see some frustration. The prop walking away, just shaking his head after that last throw. I think it was Paiwai wearing that number 3, just frustrated with the line out. He knows what's at stake here, but they'll get a chance again.
This one comes to hand. Down they go, driving maul set up, but don't see the ball. Now finally at the back, they're able to push through. Over they go and in for the try. Nova, another 5 up on the board, cut this lead down to 20.
And that looks to be the hooker with the throw, and then the seal at the back of the maul. Really good work from Nova, getting it done when it counts. You can see here, he comes in, seals that ball. There is a swimmer. You can see, though, that they keep him back, and then they split, and there's no way you're stopping that once it gets rolling. Beautiful, beautiful maul.
Max Bloom, number 6, was leading the charge there at the front of that maul, and they were able to drive it all the way in. Exactly what they needed. They got to get a little bit closer so they can be in striking distance in the final 10-15 minutes. It's a good start in the process as we'll look to set up here through Mike Weir. And out of Doylestown Rugby, played with Old Glory DC. Looks to set this one up. Won a match all by himself earlier in the year, scored all 4 penalty kicks to give them a 12-7 victory over Rocky Gorge. Knocks that one through, and another 2 up on the board as we take a second look at this driving maul.
Just beautiful camera work there, and you can just see the connection they have in that maul. They know exactly what they want to do, and it really came together for them this time.
And this is a Belmont Shore squad that has rolled through the competition this year, 12-0 on the year, 8-0 in league play. And again, throughout all 12 matches, average score 46-18. They have been dominant, and we're seeing it right now as well. Scooped up there, Srangayu takes it in, 10 meters out. There was a knock on there. We're gonna come back for it. No advantage gain. Scrum back to Belmont Shore.
Would like to see Nova retain that ball. There's not much time on their side. They've still got to score a couple of points to even think about having a real comeback at this point. They're definitely started up the big hill. Now they've given Belmont a really good opportunity, and they like to go from set piece.
14. Shlonguyo has been incredible out here so far already with a try. The 26-year-old Zimbabwean has been tremendous out here. Only 5'9", but 225 pounds, has seen him powering through tackles throughout the day. Big, strong shove coming from Belmont Shore. Look to take it off the weak hand side. Into contact. There goes Michaels. Pick and go off to the right. Keeps things moving through Lowe. Lowe with already 2 tries looking to make it a hat trick. Sets up his squad 3 meters out. Pick and goes again. Nova have got to repel this attack. They can't let more points up on the board. We're almost 20 minutes away from the final whistle. And Belmont Shore couldn't get it through, but a penalty advantage was being played. We'll come back for the advantage and back to the line. Go Nova.
Yellow 9. Yellow 9. Subbed.
Just a great shot there of the coaching staff. Left is Ray Egan, orchestrating this young side and working with them on a fantastic season.
Little quick tap coming and a play is on for Belmont Shore. Able to take it just inches away here, recycling it, diving over, and they're through for another try all the way in. I think that was Patola that was able to dot it down for another Belmont Shore try.
Really putting a stamp on that one. Obviously working from the penalty, but going quickly through and then just diving right over the top, essentially. Right there, seeing a little bit of a gap. And it is Joseph Patello getting that one done for Belmont Shore, and they extend their lead.
Just relentless pressure coming in there for Belmont Shore, and we will have our 20-minute midway water break coming next after this kick from Sean Nolan. An easy one for Nolan, who has not missed from straight in front. Another 2 up on the board, and Wendy, things starting to look a little bleak now for Northern Virginia, as we saw a bit of a burst here in the second half, but Belmont Shore is relentless.
Yeah, I think Belmont Shore has issued their ticket. They haven't got it stamped yet, but they might be on their way to a national championship option going into the final. Of course, we don't have a returning champion. The Blacks losing to Dallas Red, who are playing on the other field now at the Gulf Coast Super Regional. So we're going to have a new national champion this year for men's D1, and it's one of these 4 teams, and Belmont Shore looks to be on their way unless Nova can pull out some major magic here.
What an incredible season it would be for Belmont Shore. 12-0 on the year. Club started in 1974, 50th anniversary. And what a magical moment it would be if they can punch their ticket and steal the deal on Sunday. An incredible performance here in the first 60 minutes has got them in position to take this one with ease. But Nova still looking to attack. Again, lots of talent all across the pitch here for this squad. But Belmont Shore have just been too potent on the offensive end.
It's really interesting when you look at these rosters, and Nova, almost everyone has a decade worth of experience. It's kind of crazy. And then you look at the Belmont Shore, and there's some decades in there for sure. And there's one player that's played for 24 years, Jacob Finau. But it's the youth seems to be winning in this mixture.
Incredible performance here. Again, got on the front foot, held Nova to 7 points in the first half. Nova with a little bit of action here, but Belmont Shore just has not let up a single bit, and that last try showed their relentless nature as they pounded it in time and time again, finally over the line. And they've got fresh legs out there on the pitch, really starting to play dominant team ball as well. There it is, the try scorer again. Patola gets it up over the top and keeps things moving into the hands of Derek Adams. Adams is shifty out there from his wing position. The penalty's going to be given there. Believe off their feet and definitely not rolling away as well. Back 10, go Nova.
And just really loving the work of Derek Adams out there wearing the number 11. He's a stay-at-home dad, and he has a lot of experience on his resume. He's played for RFCLA, so MLR, PR7s with the loggerheads, and he's the current all-time leading scorer for PR7s, and he's a back-to-back PR7s champion, just a stalwart out there.
Kick finds touch as we're 19 minutes away now from the final whistle. Our referee, Will Nelson, here in this USA Club Rugby 15's national championship match. Another substitution coming in. It looks like Luke Beanstalk, 6'1", 26-year-old out of Greenwich, Connecticut, will come off the pitch.
Okay, 14's coming off.
Switch that. That'll be Jack Taylor. Subbed off here as we get ready to get back into action. Belmont Shore, 44 points up on the board. Incredible offensive production from them. Beautiful line out, hits its target, Joseph O'Brien. Advantage being played for the knock. Say no advantage coming out of that. We're gonna bring this one all the way back. As you see, Derek Adams could taste it, but we'll bring this one back for a scrum.
And over on the other pitch, as we take a look at this again, that knock-on, kind of a flurry of activity, it's still St. Louis Bombers 5-0 over Dallas, so it's kind of a tight match over there with only one try so far, and they're about 30 minutes in.
Historic franchises for clubs on display this weekend. The Reds looking to get it done again. First time in a couple of years. But right now, Nova just trying to get back on the right track. His little chip kick over the top tries to send him back, but it's scooped up cleanly there. Yosia off to the left-hand side. Nice little pass coming from him. Belmont Shore cycles possession. Strong tackle jars this one loose. But a dangerous tackle will bring this one back for another penalty. Too many penalties on the day here for Nova.
Yeah, and that one a no wrap, so you could have a little bit of a larger conversation. Will Nelson may go over and chat because that player is still down from that big tackle. Looked like kind of one of those ones where you just get pile drove and lose your air in your body. What a weird way to say that you get the air knocked out of you. I apologize.
Well, it happens every once in a while here in rugby, and we'll take a look at some of the other action we've got coming up tomorrow. Final match of the day here on Friday, but tomorrow we do have men's D3 action to start off the day. 3 matches on both fields tomorrow. Here on Field 2 will have Red River Ruffians, Austin Blacks, and Colusa County taking on Charles River. Men's D3 action. Then we'll go women's D2 followed by men's D2 to round out the day tomorrow. Tickets still available here at the Round Rock Multipurpose Sports Complex, just on the outskirts of Austin, Texas. Lots of shenanigans going on throughout the weekend with so many great club rugby players on the prowl here in Austin, Texas.
You know, sun's out, guns out, thighs out. It's time for a tan in Austin, Texas. Temperature 82 degrees and very, very sunny down there. It's nice and air-conditioned in the booth. Happy to be up here.
Kick will find touch, and Belmont Shore progresses their way down the pitch as we're about 15 minutes from the final whistle.
2 men up, Nova, 2 men up. Subs. Hey, boys, hold. We got
See
subs.
Jason Davis there, the 26-year-old out of Washington, D.C., out of American International College. Has been a bit of a game breaker for him, just has not seen his name called as much here in the second half. Another line out for Belmont Shore. They walk to the line. Get the signal, make the call. This one off the mark, but it's taken in the back again by Patola. And a huge rumbling run with Shuttle. Just throwing defenders to the deck as he takes it in. Now back off to the left-hand side. They're able to keep things moving. Swing this one back to the backs and look to transfer all the way to the right-hand side. Big Fend coming in a pass over the top, finds its target. Longuyo lost it forward. There's the quick tap there. And a big opening in the center of the pitch. The chase is on. Nova could not quite get to it in time. Callum Bartlett scoops this one up in the center of the pitch and takes it into contact to recycle things. Behind the 50 here. Just gonna send this one high into the Texas sky. Scooped up here on the near side, and a nice little move to find some space on the outside. Into contact they go. That's Ryan Burrows. Still in possession, 15 minutes left to play in this D1 National Semifinal. Kit Waddington out of Mary Washington University. University of Mary Washington sends this one deep, scooped up in the back there, taken now by Adams. Over here, take it to Munoz. Munoz steps through the defense over the 10-meter line. And a good run there on the counterattack for Belmont Shore. Ball was out. Advantage being played. Offsides is going to be the call. Ball was not out, and Nova again dinged with another penalty.
Starting all the way back at this line out, Belmont Shore somehow came up with it, even though it wasn't to their jumper, but boom! Leading with that power. And then all these fresh legs in, we're starting to see where the confidence is starting to throw that pill around and have a bit more fun, it seems like, Belmont Shore.
See Wind Shuttle there, big number 5. Played a little bit of time there with the LA Giltinis. So a lot of MLR talent on both of these rosters here this Friday afternoon in Round Rock, Texas. Nice kick. Sends it deep into Nova territory, and Belmont Shore continue to charge on the front foot at all times. These boys have had an incredible season out of Long Beach, California. 12-0 on the year here in their club's 50th anniversary season. Ball is formed. They've got to be able to have this one playable quickly, but it's tied up by Nova. Nova wrapped their arms around it. Wasn't playable, and it's a turnover back to the Cardinals.
And that one might be a little bit of revenge that happened to Nova on the other side of the pitch earlier in the game. So they got the swimmer in the middle and get that arm around that ball, and it's so difficult once you've got the defense with hands on that ball to get them off of it. A little bit of a moral victory there for Nova. They're going to have to work out of their own end.
Pretty even so far on the scrums. Nova was able to get a penalty against the head recently. For the most part, pretty even. But this time a free kick's going to be given. Came in a little too early. Second time we've seen the free kick against Belmont Shore. And a huge tackle. Missed that time. Nice run. And Nova looks to find some space here on the near side. They've got numbers. Around the corner they go. Another big pop coming through. Michael Fletcher, 260 pounds, laying the boom. Here's the near side. Waddington again finds some space. Around the side they go. Jason Davis to leave with it. They're able to recycle possession. And now they lose it again, but a penalty is going to be given. Back 10 go Belmont Shore. Quick tap from Nova. Sends it right back into the yellow jerseys. Waddington keeps it short on the weak side. Into contact goes Dacey. This one right, slowing things down. About 10 minutes left to play. Skip one. Into contact they go. Just a huge counter ruck swimming right through the teeth there. Patola blows it up. Nova's able to secure possession though and keep things moving. Just relentless from Belmont Shore. But Nova, another hard line, sends them a couple meters further, but no release. Will now send Belmont Shore back 10.
Starting to see those penalties pile up for Belmont Shore now. And Nova, you can just see the effort that they're expressing at these breakdowns. We'll see a little bit of the action here. Belmont Shore is in there trying to poach every single time. And then this outlet here, it was just a beautiful individual effort by Jay-Sean Davis, almost getting away, but a good cover tackle by Muniz. We've seen all over this pitch this afternoon, but you can see there, every ruck they're there contesting, Belmont Shore is. So Nova is getting no easy ball here. They're having to work for everything that they're doing, and Belmont Shore just making it so difficult for them to try to have a comeback.
Penalty kick finds touch and allows Nova to progress their way down the pitch. Line out from Mo Katz. Finds this target. They've scored once on the driving maul, but this time it is brought to deck. Ball is playable, says our referee, and they're able to scoop it out of there with Waddington. To contact they go. High tackle, so penalty advantage on for Nova. 5 meters out. Not rolling away out of there again. That's still original penalty being played. Space on the right-hand side. Nice little skip pass. And now across and through they go. Northern Virginia dot it down. Get their way up 44-24 now. Back down by 20 with 9 minutes left to play.
Yeah, it's just tough work here. I mean, would like to see some of these penalties come for Nova. They're working so hard, and Belmont Shore's also working really hard at slowing that ball down at the breakdown. But we'll look at that absolute just ballet reach there. I think that's Vincent DeHig out of Bowie, Maryland, scoring that one. No, excuse me, now we see the number. It's Tommy Caparati scoring that for Nova. Keeps them alive. They've got a long way to go, but every time they've got the ball now, they're doing positive work.
Great bit of individual effort there from Capriati out of Penn State University. Also played with Doylestown Rugby Football Club on the high school club side as well. Hit coming here from Mikey Weir. We're in USA under 18, 20, and 23. Sends this one off to the left. No good. So score remains 44-24. Converted try deficit here. Nova would need to strike quick to get this one back in flux. But again, huge try coming from Nova. Just a little too late in the action though, as Belmont Shore has been incredible throughout this match. And right now they have themselves almost there. Just 8 minutes left to play before they're able to punch their ticket fully to the 2024 National Championship. Taken there in front of the 22, hit off the chest, and a knock-on is called there. So Nova, if they can strike quick, still possible 3-score lead.
We see it all the time in 7s and 15s is typically a little bit of a slower game. There's just all these scrums and resets. It's still possible, though, with about 7 minutes left in this game. But yeah, they need to take advantage of every opportunity in front of them, and this is a big one.
Will Nelson there talking to Belmont Shore. Penalized on the last scrum. So a great job laying down the law and making sure things coming together cleanly here late in the game. Tired legs out there. Got to make sure we keep this thing up. Much better, stable scrum, and Nova getting driven thoroughly backwards, and it's scooped up in the back there by Gerald Lowe, and they've earned themselves the penalty.
Yeah, that's a big shove by Belmont. We haven't seen much of it from them, but getting it done here, you can see Nova just falling apart, so it's an easy penalty for the referee. And just their dominance across every aspect of this game today has just been remarkable.
Final piece of the puzzle here in the scrums. They put it together, blow through that Nova scrum. Now set themselves up for a kick to take them a little closer and let that time slowly tick off the clock. 20-point lead with about 5 minutes left to play here for Belmont Shore.
And over in our other match, Dallas has just scored, so we've got a tie match over there. We'll let you know if the conversion goes through, so starting to come clearer, the picture of what Sunday might look like.
And for Belmont Shore, the stars starting to align here in their 50th anniversary season. The boys from Long Beach, California, already 44 points up on the board, not rolling away the penalty, sends Nova back 10 again. And they continue their charge here in the last 5 minutes.
So no conversion over on the other field. So St. Louis Bombers 5, Dallas 5, 32nd minute. They're going to go to halftime soon. Tight score over there. We haven't seen any score lines like that yet.
Looks as though Sean Nolan will look to go for points again. Has been pretty good on the day, only missing 1 or 2 kicks, and has been a great source of points there for Belmont Shore.
Yeah, I'm running out of room on my little stat sheet for his activities. I'm going to have to write smaller on Sunday.
Opportunity to extend the lead here. Down the center, here for Sean Nolan. And up and through, as you see the side angle here, brought to you by Next Level Rugby Productions. And it has been a fun match, but Belmont Shore has been clicking on all cylinders. 47-24, your score. This will be the final match of the day here on Field 1. Again, more action coming to you live tomorrow. We thank you so much for joining us here on the Rugby Network. Tim Wilkes alongside my partner in the booth, Wendy Young. And Wendy, it's been a really good match. We've seen these squads both show why they were able to punch their ticket here. But Belmont Shore, they look to take this one quick.
Hold on.
As we look to figure this one out.
It's direct into touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we
And I would still have to be behind the mark.
Okay.
I said that before the game, Al.
Okay.
Yeah, they know. But, but we didn't.
Went quick in front of the mark there, though, Wendy.
Yeah, I think we're just a little 10 meters in front of the mark maybe there. Yeah. It's the right idea, but just got to get that part. If you do it from behind, it's going to be good to go. Like you were saying, Tim, fantastic match today, you know, especially talking to the head coaches of Belmont Shore. They were really humble this morning and just saying, we're going to play our game. We're not worried about our opponent. And I think they've absolutely done that. They've really shown that they've got the set pieces correct, and their open field running and that support coming off their hip has really been the difference maker for them. Just their pace. Super hard to defend that when you've got players coming at you at 100 miles an hour.
Last time Belmont Shore was here was in 2022. Did not make it to the national championship. But here just 2 years later, they are knocking on the door again. Door is popped open. They are about ready to step through with 2 minutes left to play in this semi-final national championship on the line. 47-24. Belmont Shore continue to impress, and Wendy, they're right on par for their average. In 12 games, their average score 46 points up on the board. We sit here with 47. Just another day in the office for Belmont Shore.
And the fans loving this performance. They've been, you know, all day. They've watched 2 fantastic games. We had a very similar game in our women's team 1 where we had one team that was up and another team almost coming back. Pittsburgh Forge almost came back to Utah, but they did win in the end. But just really lining us up for a fantastic championship Monday. But of course, we've got a full slate of games tomorrow as well, so we've got lots to go.
Shuttle took this one into contact, but eventually Nova are able to come away with it. Chip kick up over the top. Lands back with Belmont Shore. A little bit stranded. Almost got their hands on it, but Belmont Shore is able to secure possession. And they'll go with some pick and goes to keep this one nice and tight and let the final seconds tick off on the clock. under a minute to play. There's a pick and go right over the teeth of the defense. They go in through Gerald Lowe, straight up the gut. He has been phenomenal with the brace already. 2 tries on the day. A bit of space on the left-hand side. Nobody there out on the wing. Nice kick pass. Finds its mark, but fortunately stepped out into touch. With 20 seconds left to play, we'll have a line out here for Northern Virginia.
Yeah, Derek Adams did his best to stay in there, but just really, really tight. We'll get another look. It's a great idea. The wing is up. The fullback has to come all the way across. If that ball is in hand, he's gone and nobody's catching him. Just a little bit too much juice on it. But again, really liking some of these looks from Belmont Shore. Feeling good, confident, and they're giving things a shot.
Again, the first half, the kicking game was so important, back and forth, and it seemed like most of the time Belmont Shore was able to win that kicking battle. No wrap tackle that time. Penalty is going to be given there. That one on Massoy.
A grass clipper, as they say. Dangerous stuff.
Make sure, because you got to come in, make contact, replica, so it's just me telling.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say because he jumped, so it's kind of hard to...
And I think that's the right call here. It's a little bit of accidental contact, you know. It's a rugby collision. He jumps, the player is really low. I don't know that it raises to the value of foul play, particularly where you're looking at a call. We've got 2 players kind of doing some questionable activity there. So I think I'm okay with that one, and we're really lucky that both players get up and are okay. Take one more closer look at it. You kind of see it's right here when he jumps here. He makes a choice to try to hurdle, which is also illegal in rugby. And then that player, the tackler, really, really low there too.
Off the kick, into touch they go, and through the line out come Nova. They'll send this one high in the air. The runner's underneath it, but it's taken cleanly in the back by Munoz.
We're going to go back for offsides again. It's kind of been Belmont's little problem in this second half is they've had a lot of offsides. Just got to get patient and make sure that they're holding that line. It's generally just right outside the pillar because you've got your post, which is right next to the breakdown, and then those 2 spots are generally called gates or pillars. And it's that third player that's just trying to, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to shut down the attack, but they've got to be patient when they do it.
Over the 80-minute mark here on the scoreboard. All eyes on the whistle of Will Nelson out of NorCal. Final whistle should be coming soon. If you're Nova at this point, match has not gone the way you wanted it to. Put a little exclamation point on top. Show why you got here. Let's see if they can get one more up on the board before the end. And this one off the top of the line out, trying to keep things moving. They come down. Ruck is securely formed. Couple of pick and goes. Pound their way a little bit closer here. Belmont Shore defense. Hold strong. Goes to the line. Continuing to push over. 2 meters out now for Nova. Should be what might be the final play of the match. They keep it in tight. 5th or 6th phase in a row of power rugby here for Northern Virginia. Now they'll swing it out. That rush defense from Belmont Shore is ready and waiting. Still just a couple meters out. They're able to drive this one inches away, but it's held up. Don't think they're going to be able to bring this one down or get the ball recycled out. Brought in, held in. Belmont Shore tie it up and get the turnover, get the victory. Final whistle sounds 47-24. Belmont Shore all over Nova here in the semifinal.
And you can see the key there, right there. Man wearing number 5, tying it up and just stands the player up. Benjamin Washdell, he's the captain. He knew exactly what he was doing to stop that at last second attempt by Nova. Really good effort. defy Nova to come back in the second half and keep it interesting. They should be proud of what they did here. But a Belmont Shore side that we heard right from the coach's mouth that not their normal side, a young side that had really hungry, and they've made their way into a championship.
Punch their ticket into the national championship. We will have that match right here for you on the Rugby Network, a Next Level Rugby production. That'll be Sunday at 2 p.m. here on Field 2. Wendy and John Broker will take you through that one. And Wendy, a fantastic match here today. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll step aside, and we've got more action coming to you tomorrow. For Wendy Young, I'm Tim Wilkes saying goodnight here live from Round Rock, Texas, here on the Rugby Network. Thanks for watching.
So who is the penalty against the jumper, or is the penalty against?
The penalty's against the jumper because you're not allowed to jump out of it.
Right, because he came in. My picture. Well, my picture is I thought it was a full-on grass cutter.
No.
And then he jumped, and because I didn't understand how he went over.
He jumped.
I mean, he sold it well because it could have been that.
But you also got Con down here in the scrum.
Ah, that scrum penalty.
In the scrum penalty.
It was so backwards.
What, the one that down
the
here?
one just
right here.
Right here.
Yeah, what happened?
You got it the wrong way round.
It was white's put in. Yellow's loose head was super high.
Super high.
As soon as they came in, he popped them up.
The scrum started moving across.
Yeah.
Because the loose head was not level. It was high and drive up across.
So you notice that on the next scrum that was air put in.
Yeah.
He was high, but he had a nice.
That's the only real thing I can pick on for you.
Fuck, man.
I'll find some more.
Some props, that's the problem. Some huge props, they're looking great.
I know. Well, my hamstring started to go in that second half. I was like, oh boy. I gotta start making it to everything. Good job, boys.
It's time to hit. It's time to pass. It's time for tradition. It's rugby time, America. It's rugby time, America.
I have to say my favorite Thorn product is.